Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see AWS System Manager and what are the features, and based on that, we will be going to see three scenarios and its capabilities of AWS System Manager. So what is AWS System Manager? So basically this will be it will be gaining the insights from our AWS and on-premises resources, and also it will be improving the visibility and the control in the cloud, on-premises, and at the edge. And also it will we will be having the time duration to detect and resolve operational issues very shortly. And also we will be we can gain insights more on the compliance side against the patch configurations and custom policies. And also we can do the automate the configuration and the ongoing management of our application and resources. Now let's see how it works. Here you can see the AWS System Manager. It is comprising of the group of resources across different AWS services such as applications or different layers of application stack. And from that, we can able to visualize the data. What are the data has been collected, we can able to easily visualize what are the complaints, what are the non-complaints server, those things. And after that, post visualizing the things, we can also take an action like remediation, like we can respond to the insights and we can automate the operational action items across the resource groups. So all these will be comes under these four groups. One is operation management, application management, change management, and node management. Now let's see the features of AWS System Manager. As we have discussed, like it comprises of four different types of management. Under operational management, there are Explorer, Ops Center, Incident Management. And application management, you can see application manager, app config, parameter store. And in the change management, we can do automation and change manager and maintenance window. Under node management, we have features like fleet manager, session manager, and patch manager. So among these features, and we are going to see more on how to quickly set up the system manager, and also we are going to see how to patch the nodes managed by AWS System Manager. And also we are going to see resize and EC2 instance using System Manager automation. Now we will go into the AWS console. I have already logged into my AWS console. So as I said, basically an AWS System Manager is kind of a centralized operation on AWS by using AWS System Manager. So we are going to focus on the fleet manager, patch manager, state manager, and automation runbooks. So the scenarios which I already explained, right? So we are going to manage the EC2 instance at scale. And also once we have launched all the EC2 instances, we are going to perform patching on the managed fleet. And also we are going to use automation runbook to simplify the common maintenance and the remediation task. Now let's start with how to set up AWS System Manager using quick setup. So what is the quick setup in AWS System Manager? You may ask it, right? So basically using quick setup is kind of a capability of AWS System Manager to quickly configure the required security roles and commonly used system manager capabilities on your Amazon Elastic Compute instances. So basically where we can use this quick setup basically in an individual account or across a multiple account, and by integrating the with AWS organization. So these capabilities will help us to manage and monitor the health of our instances while providing the minimum required permission to get started. So without kind of a very minimum permission, we can able to manage and we can able to monitor the health of all our AWS resources. Now to get started with quick setup, we are going to we can use any of the AWS regions. So I am going to use US West 2, that is US West Oregon. And also in this quick setup, what all the things are going to happening on our behalf, like these things are going to happen in the backend. So basically, it will be creating two roles, one for to grant AWS cloud permission to use the template. So basically, when I click quick setup at the backend, we will run a cloud permission template. So for that, we will note some execution role, right? So that particular role will be getting created, and also so that cloud formation stack is going to run, right? So to run that cloud formation stack, so we need to grant the permission. So that particular execution role will be getting created. And also it will be creating three setup, one for SSM role for enabling Explorer, and also for service role for Amazon SSM. That is a service linked role that grant access to AWS resources managed and used by system manager. So these IAM roles and permission, I will be showing you when we get started with quick setup. So I'm just giving an overview on before we get started with quick setup for AWS system manager. So before we get started, we need some EC2 instances, right, to do this setup. So I am in the EC2 and I'm going to launch 5 instances. Okay, why? Because to do patching and to do resizing, if we have some large number of instances, we can able to easily see what is happening and those things. So I am giving a name of the virtual machines like system manager demo. Okay. And I'm giving the Amazon Linux to AMI and T2 micro, and keep basically I'm going to do all the operations from the AWS system manager. So we are not going to log in into those servers to do any kind of operations. So I'm going to give proceed without a key pair. And also SSH traffic also not needed. Basically, we are not going to log in it, right? So I'm just disabling allow SSH traffic. I'm going to deselect it, and I'm going to keep it all the other things as default. And here I'm going to update as from number 1 to number 5. Why? Because 5 instances need to be deployed. So I'm going to launch instance. So what this will be happening is if you go to here, it will be 5 instances, it will be launching. Here you can see it. So we'll give some couple of minutes to become a running stage. So once it becomes all in running stage, we will go to AWS System Manager. So yeah, all the instance state are in running. Now let's I'm going to open another tab so that if I do any operation instance, we can easily see it. So I'm going to search for System Manager. So once I clicked on AWS System Manager, so this will be your welcome page. So here it will be explaining like what are the features and how to get started, right? And then also in the left hand side, you can see, as I said, there are 4 management, right? Node management, change management, application management, operation management, and at the top you can see quick setup. So we are going to do quick setup. So once I given get started with AWS System Manager, so it will be comes under quick setup. Here you can see the quick setup has been opened. Here you can see 4 windows, like one for host management and one for config recording, and the third one is confirmance pack, and the fourth one is the DevOps guru, and the fifth one is a distributor. So basically, each configuration have its own use cases. So basically, for now, we are going to use host management configuration alone. So why I'm using host management? Why? Because this is configuring IAM roles and enables the commonly used system manager capabilities to securely manage our Amazon EC2 instances. So why? Because we are not going to see all the system manager capabilities. To use the common used system manager capability, host management configuration will be suffice. If you want to use config recording, it have its own use cases like so we need to enable this particular configurations. So I am going to click on create. So if I going to click on create, so it will be opening an configuration options to set it up, like what are the things we need to have it enabled. So here you can see the system management agent every 2 weeks it needs to update, and also it will be collecting the inventory from our instance every 30 minutes, and it will be scanning the instance for missing patches daily. So basically, if you are having an SCCM or any kind of patch management tool, so it will be scanning your instance any outstanding patches are left or not, right? So basically the same thing, the system manager will also perform. So I have enabled these three options, and also I'm going to install and configure the CloudWatch agent as well. And also here you can see the update system management agent every 2 weeks, right? So basically this will do if there is any new version, if it is being enabled, the system manager automatically will update the agent on our managed node should the latest release the version. So basically from the Amazon or the AWS, they recommend to choose this option to ensure that our nodes are always running in the most up-to-date version of SSM agent. And the next one, as I say, collect inventory from your instance every 30 minutes. So basically, this will collect like kind of metadata. So AWS components like EC2 driver, age and version, and from the with respect to application name and publisher versions, and the node details like what kind of OS and OS version and last boot and DNS domain, and the with respect to network configuration, IP address, MAC address, DNS, subnet mask, and services like the name of the service and the status of the service and the dependent service, and also if there is any Windows role or Windows update. So those things also it will be collecting the inventory for our instance for every 30 minutes. It's a cool feature, right? And also scan instance for missing patches daily. So what this will perform, so basically it's kind of it will enable the patch manager feature that is in the capability of the system manager to scan your nodes daily and generate a report in the complaints page. So that report will show how many nodes are the patch complaint according to the default patch baseline. So this one I will be explaining with a demo, so you can able to understand better in the upcoming video. And the report, what that report will be listing of each node and its complaint status. So from that we can easily see what all the nodes are complaint and what all the nodes are non-complaint. And the why I'm saying to install and configure the CloudWatch agent. So basically this will install the basic configuration of the unified CloudWatch agent on our Amazon EC2 instances. So with this agent will collect metrics and log files from our instances for Amazon CloudWatch. So this information is consolidated, so we can quickly determine the health of our instances. And also, we also need to update the CloudWatch agent once every 30 days. So that is a recommended approach. So that if there is any new version, system manager will update the agent on our instances. And if we come down, we need to select the target where this configuration need to be deployed. So there are two options are there. One is current region and another is a choose region. So if I choose region, choose the region you want to deploy this configuration to. It will be asking which region I need to deploy. And once I select that, it will be asking like choose how you want to target the instance. So basically, if you want to target all the instances in the target account and region, or otherwise, if I have any specific tag, I can easily map those configuration to this specific tag which is having these tag. So I have already have my tag, right? So the name and which I give no name I am giving as a key, and the value I am going to give this one, the name of the virtual the EC2 machines. I am going to give system manager demo. And the target region, basically I have deployed all my resources in US West to Oregon. So I'm giving just a US West to Oregon. See, so if you are having, if you are running resources or in multiple regions, you can select those region as well. So I am selecting US West to allow. For example, if you are want to apply to your entire AWS organization, then you need to add the required some of the IAM policies to the existing instance profile attached to your instances, or you need to allow some quick setup to create the IAM policies and instance profiles with the permission needed for the configuration you chose. So once I have selected all the things in the AWS System Manager, so here you can see the summary, what all the things are going to happen. So here, this will enable System Manager Explorer, right? So under the operation management, this Explorer capability will be enabled in the targeted account and region. So in the targeted account means under my account, under the region is US West 2, and it will deploy IAM role, which enables State Manager to invoke automation document that apply selected configuration options. So basically what this will be do, so the configuration options which I have selected in here, right? So this will deploy an IAM role. Why? Because so it is going to deploy some configuration change in my account and region. So do that, it needs IAM permission, it needs IAM role with the required permission. So that part will be handled by this, and it will be creating a state manager association for each configuration options which we have selected. And also it will attach an instance profile or IAM role with required system manager permission to the targeted instance. So these things will be going to create when I click on create here. So I'm just clicking on create. So once I clicked on create, here you can see the progress of the state. So once this is state completed, you will get an overview of the deployment status and the association status on all those things. Okay. Here you can see it, right? The host manager section. Here you can see the configuration deployment status and the configuration association status. So now it is in pending, right? So here also it is showing as an pending. So now let's wait for some time to get it completed. Here, as I said, these associations will be getting created. So basically this is for SSM host management scan for patches. So that particular thing is being completed, and now this is also get completed. SSM agent is also get completed, and this is enable explorer. So this particular capability is getting, it is in pending, and this collecting inventory, this is also in pending. Let's give some time to get it collected. Yeah. Now here you can see the configuration deployment status is success, and the configuration association status is also success. Here also you can see it is in success. Here, according to your filter, you can easily change it. So if I want to delete this particular configuration, that is also possible. You can easily go ahead and you can delete it here as well. And post this, now we can go to fleet manager under that is under the node management to see whether all the instances which we have in here, right, 5 instances, so that is that came under fleet manager or not. So here it doesn't show up here, so we need to wait for some 5 to 10 minutes to get it collected. So here also you can see the one thing, it is in pending stage, right? The collecting inventory, it is in pending stage. So let it give some 5 to 10 minutes to get it completed. So once that association is completed, we can able to easily see all the managed nodes under fleet management. So in the meantime, the manager nodes, it reflects in the fleet manager. You can also explore the running status, right? So to get that information, you can go to state manager, and here you can see what are the association's status. So here you can see all the remaining things are get completed, and the gather software inventory is still in running state. So if I want to click on and see what is happening, so it is status is pending, and also the resources here you can see all the association status are pending. Once this has been completed, we can able to gather all the details in the fleet manager. And the target which we have given, yes, this is the key, right? Name and the tag value we have given. And when I click on this execution ID, here you can see all the things are in pending. So it is gathering the inventory data. And if you want to see the other things like SSM agent, also you can see in here. So all the SSM agent has been installed for all these specific resources. If you click on view output, you can see the execution summary as well. So here I think we got all the details in Fleet Manager. Before that, now let's see whether it got success or not. Okay, it is in pending, but I believe in the meantime, let's see, go to the Fleet Manager. Okay, now you got all the managed nodes under Fleet Manager. Here you can see all the details here in the Fleet Manager. For example, let me open any one of the instance and I will show the details. Like what all the details are getting collected from the Fleet Manager, we can easily get it. Okay, so file system. So here you can see what are the file system and the respective size and who is the owner, and those things we can you can easily see, and the performance counter. So these things are it is not supported. Why? Because these things we need to be accessed from session manager. And now let's see the processes also we need to gather details from session manager, and the users and groups. Here you can see the users and groups that are with respect to the system that for this particular node. Here you can see it, right? And also you can see the platform type and the OS name, there's some agent version, we can easily see it. So all this information we can easily gather it here itself. And also you can see the compliance status for each and every node from here also. Here you can see the application details for the specific node. Here you can see what is the application name and the application type, and what is the URL of this as well. Here you can see what all the applications are installed. Based on that, we can easily see it. And if I want to see any Windows role or Windows update, that is also possible. So here you can see it will take some 10 minutes to gather the new inventory data. So for now, here you can easily see all the inventory or all the managed instance detail in Fleet Manager. So in this video, we have used a quick setup, basically a capability of AWS System Manager. We have get started quickly in enabling the centralized operations on AWS, and also we now have the necessary roles and permissions set up to start leveraging the power of system manager on our managed nodes. So in the next video, I will be explaining how to patch nodes managed by AWS System Manager. Thanks for watching the video.